Our local spotlight shines, a cool, fun segment here this morning on this Radio Plus radio station. We have with us in studio, first off, our good friend Jeff Kahlow. Jeff, thanks for being here. Good morning to you.
Appreciate it. Good morning, Nick.
Yeah. All right. And we have Denni Towle, an artist, with us on the phone line, a songwriter with us. Denni, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right. You bet. All right. So just in case people don't know the story on Jeff Kahlow and Jeff's hats and Jeff's, shall we say, passion for the Wisconsin sporting events and for the Green Bay Packers. Give us a little background here, Jeff, if you could.
Well, with the hats, that started way back. I mean, honestly, I started making foam hats back in the mid 80s already for just fun times, going up north and having fun with them and stuff and wearing them around. And it just seemed like more and more people wanted to have these things. So in the mid 90s, I thought, boy, the demand was so high, I'm just going to start making some foam hats. And now I make everything, and anybody that requests a hat, I'll pretty much carve up for them. But it's all made out of polyurethane foam, airbrush painted. Mm-hmm. And then shortly after that, I came around to where a gentleman from CBS Sports did an interview with me, and he saw the different celebrities that I made hats for when he was in my shop. And he stepped out the door, and he was on his phone, and he came back, and he said, "Hey, Jeff, how would you like to be our guest on the field tomorrow in Lambeau?" And I almost like, what? And he just said, "Yeah, come on, you can hang with me. I'm the remote camera guy. I run up and down the sidelines." And that night, I didn't sleep at all. I wanted to come up with something that hasn't been seen before at Lambeau. We know St. Vince. We've seen Gang Green back in the 70s and 80s, well-known guy. And I'm like, what is Lambeau known for? It's known as the Frozen Tundra. Yeah. I got to be the Frozen Tundra. So from that point on is when I started doing that. That was 23 years ago. So that's what blossomed into. So I'm probably more known for Frozen Tundra Man than I am for my hats. Even though my hats, I'm on 30 years right now, and I've carved over 28,000 hats by hand. Yeah.
Wow, you are talented.
And so are you, sir.
There's an artist, again, Denni Towle, and Denni has written a song about you. So we bring you two together here this morning. So, Denni, talk about the song a little bit, The Legend of the Frozen Tundra Man.
Yeah, so when I was doing my new album for the season, I wanted to kind of showcase, like, the super fans, like, because Green Bay doesn't have a mascot, and we kind of turned to, like, the super fans for, the people that are inspiring, because that's why he has so many pictures. But I wanted to, just kind of pay homage to, the fans, because we're all super fans, but some of us are just larger than life, and I wanted to kind of paint that picture for them.
And we'll play the song toward the end of the interview here today. But Jeff, when you heard the song, when you heard the beat to you, what do you think?
I was floored. He sent this to me a couple months ago, and I'm like, what is this? He wrote a song about me, and I'm like, I started listening to the first verse, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And I didn't even finish the song because I was in my shop carving away. Yeah. So I go into the house, and I said to my wife, I said, honey, listen to this. Somebody wrote a song about me, and she goes, about you? I said, well, about Frozen Tundra Man, Nobody knows who I am, So I'm like, listen to this, and then my daughter was there and stuff, and she's listening to it, and their eyebrows are going up high, and I'm like, yeah, no kidding, So, and I mean, the more you listen to it, the better it gets. It's neat at first, but I was floored. I was honored.
Yeah. So, Denni, have you written other songs about superfans before?
No, this is the first song about superfans. I've done songs about players and, about going to the Super Bowl, just generalized, football songs and stuff like that. But this is the first one that I've done, about specific superfans.
Mm-hmm. And you're known for the Sons of Lombardi, correct?
Yep. That's my Packers music.
Sure.
And I've been doing that since about 2007.
Wow. Can people get it on Apple, on Spotify? How do they hear the song?
It's everywhere now. So all the streaming services. Spotify is the one that I normally use or normally share, but it's definitely everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Talking with Denni Towle here today and Jeff Kahlow. And Jeff, I'm looking at a picture. We've all seen, pictures, and you've been on television numerous times for this. How long does this take? And do you do it for every home game?
Well, I tried to avoid the warm games because it wouldn't make sense to be the Frozen Tundra Man in the warm games. But I did do it for the home opener because CBS reached out to me and they wanted me to be on the morning show.
Yeah.
I actually turned them down twice. And then that night before, I just paced back and forth. I said, I don't want to do this. I'm going to sweat. And I did go for it. Mm-hmm. So I did do it. But you generally, October, November, December, January is when I do it. Mm-hmm. That's when I go Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long does it take to go Frozen, Jeff?
It takes me about, what you see on my face, that's all hot glue. So it takes me about an hour and a half to hot glue up my face. And in the early days, I did it right to the skin with no hair. And I realized that after a couple hours, when your skin gets naturally oily, it releases the icicle a little bit. And I didn't want to take the chance of having them fall off. So I had to grow some kind of facial hair to connect with the hot glue to the skin. And it takes about an hour and a half to put it on. And then afterwards, it's the worst because it takes me a couple hours to get it off. And, I douse myself fingernail polish remover, and then I get in there with an X-Acto blade. And there's you're right against the skin and the hair. And, I get marred up the next day pretty bad. My face looks bad. I don't know how my wife put up with it for 23 years, but still married. And it's actually our anniversary today, our 30
Is
years.
it?
So she stuck with me for 30 years here, which is, I'm still trying to figure out why. But yeah, so it takes me a couple hours to get it off after the game. But yeah, my eyes water and it gets painful.
Yeah. I was going to say, does it hurt?
It does hurt. Yeah. And then it leaves red marks the next day. And as I showed you just before, I still have some cuts from the home opener, on my face. But, do it for the fans. It's all worth it after, when you meet all these fans and people just say, I always wanted to get a picture with you, or I picked a cold game because I knew that you'd be up here or whatever. So it's neat to see that.
Do you have season tickets for it?
Yeah, I got a front row seat on the Packers side, so it's an aisle seat too. It's really nice. I got that Herman Munster outfit on, so
I was gonna say,
it's nice to have a little bit of elbow room.
So when you see this, Denny, and when you hear about this type of thing, what comes to your mind and what inspired you to write it?
Just the larger than life, and it's. He embodies everything that Packer fans are. He's the frozen tundra. And, when people think of Green Bay or they think of the Packers, it's the frozen tundra. And, literally the icicles and all that, that's what Green Bay was always known for. And it's what we, built a dynasty on. And I just really wanted to kind of give back to him and say thank you for, being an inspiration to, millions of Packer fans.
Wonderful. Anything in closing, Jeff?
No, Denny, I appreciate it so much. You won't believe it. I actually drove up to Green Bay to have lunch with him. I met him for the first time yesterday. Super good guy and whatever. Hey, did you finish your burger, Denny?
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Sounds good.
There you go.
So, yeah, but thanks again or whatever. It was great meeting you and looking forward to seeing you up tailgating here and there.
Yes. You as well. Thank you so much.
You bet.
All right. In closing, Jeff, anything else you want to add for Packer fans out there?
Oh yeah, no. Go Pack, go, and let's hope our defense holds up for the entire season here or whatever. Yeah, I know the last game wasn't pretty. It was a defensive game. There's no doubt about it. But towards that fourth quarter, it kind of got ugly. I'm going to blame it on some of the play calling. You know. And I don't want to get too far into it, but, just hopefully we have a great season and everybody can enjoy.
I do want to give a plug for you. If people want a specialty hat or a specialty piece, are you taking orders now? And what's the process by which you do that?
Yeah, generally at the end of August, I shut down for the year because I have so many orders.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much into the third week of December right now for orders. So I'm a ways out right now because I'm filled. And then I have a very large sturgeon hat order that will take me for the entire month of January and almost into February to finish.
Wow.
So I won't be able to do anything at that time frame.
Okay.
But otherwise, spring is my best time to kind of get something within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm months booked out. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeff, thanks for all that you do, and congrats on the recognition on the song. And let's play it for our audience if we could.
That would be great, Nick. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, Denny, thank you so much, sir. We'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
They said no one survives the frozen tundra. They were wrong. He didn't just survive. He became it. One man, one legend, one walking blizzard, frozen tundra man. From the top of the stands to the foot of the field, he's covered in ice and chrome in steel. Draft badge gleaming 2025 frostbit. G4 soldier, green and gold outfit. Shoulders draped in icicles, patches from the past. Every inch of that suit built to outlast. Lambo bleeds in the threads he wears. 100 seasons deep, Packers pride he bears. Who grows it? He walks with frost in his veins. Tundra, carrying title down chains. Man, born of the Lambo storm, a walking, roaring human form. Raise your G's, raise your hands. This is the legend of Frozen Tundra Man. He's the blizzard of kickoff, frost in the zone, dripping with legends carved out of stone. Barstool throne of the sideline rail. He's colder than truth and sharp as a nail. Fans freeze up just to grab that frame while he's icing the scene in a snowstorm flame. Never missed Sunday, never lost spark. Frozen but deadly like a bite in the dark. He ain't cosplay, he ain't hype. He's the spirit of Sunday's fortune frozen fight. He don't just cheer, he represents a one-man monument to Wisconsin's defense. When the temps fall and the lights go on, he rises, a living statue in the land of G. Long live the Iceman, long live the Frozen Tundra Man.
Local Sunny Spotlight.